Hey, what's up guys? Gons here for the Face Like the Sun channel. New York Times reported Anselm Kiefer sculpture will go up at Rockefeller Center. And it says Anselm Kiefer, the German artist known for his monumental paintings and installations layering history, culture, religion, and mythology, will create his first ever site-specific outdoor public sculpture in the United States this spring at Rockefeller Center in New York. And it says for this sculpture, Mr. Kiefer has cast in lead a colossal open book carried aloft by eagle's wings spanning 30 feet. This will be supported by a 20-foot tall column encircled by a snake with its head erect and tongue hissing at the book. A number of other giant lead books will be strewn on the ground at the base of this theatrical tableau. The piece is obscurely titled Uraeus, referencing the upright form of the Egyptian cobra associated with the serpent goddess Wadjet, and used as a symbol of power on the crowns of pharaohs, but the work, evocative of both a lectern and an altar, is open to multiple readings. And it gets into some stuff here, but I found this website here, the Public Art Fund, which is the place that funded this sculpture here. And it says here, the sculpture's cryptic title, Uraeus, refers to the erect shape of the Egyptian cobra associated with the serpent goddess Wadjet and a symbol of power and divine authority. The wings evoke the headdresses and necklaces worn by Egyptian royalty in homage to the vulture goddess Nekhbet. Wadjet and Nekhbet were the guardians of Lower and Upper Egypt, respectively, and following ancient Egyptian unification, became the joint patrons of the civilization. When conceiving this monumental sculpture, Kiefer was recalling Friedrich Nietzsche's famous philosophical work of fiction, Thus Spoke Zarathustra, from 1891, with its ideas of the will of power, the death of God, and the ubermensch, or Superman, as the ultimate aspiration of human beings. Nietzsche described Zarathustra thus, quote, "This book, with the voice bridging centuries, is not only the highest book there is, the book that is truly characterized by the air of the heights. The whole fact of man lies beneath it at a tremendous distance. It is also the deepest born out of the innermost wealth of truth, an inexhaustible well to which no pal descends without coming up again filled with gold and goodness." In Kiefer's imagination, word and image, sacred text, and icon have the power to soar upwards, transcending reality and offering hope of redemption. We've been saying this the whole time. They're looking for redemption without Jesus Christ, redemption through the hands of man, not from God. So this has always been the occult promise. They're at it still. They've been at it for centuries. I think they're getting a lot closer, and that's why they're starting to become even more bold in proclaiming these pursuits out in the public like this, especially at the Rockefeller Center here. Uraeus is both gigantic lectern and altar. You see that, guys? They say it's an altar. They just straight up say this is an altar to an Egyptian goddess. The presence of the snake that insinuates itself at the foot of the column introduces an element of danger and death, as if the monument is being undermined. Yet in more than one mythology, the serpent is a creature of wisdom and secret knowledge. Kiefer's wide-ranging art, which embraces historical memory, politics, religion, and myth, is layered with such multiple meanings and paradoxes. So again, admitting it's an altar, admitting that the serpent actually represents wisdom and secret knowledge, which it does for certain traditions, but that's what they're trying to push for at the Rockefeller Center. And so they're not even shy about this, guys. This is occult architecture being just placed right in front of us. And, you know, those folks who don't know any better, who live in that community or whatever, they're going to celebrate it and be a part of this and whatnot. I think there's a lot of symbolism going on here. And look at this picture here, how it aligns with the building here. I mean, this is all about ascension. This is all about an upward mobility of human beings and, you know, becoming gods. It says here in this Gagosian article, Anselm Kiefer's monumental body of work represents a microcosm of collective memory, visually encapsulating a broad range of cultural, literary, and philosophical allusions from the Old and New Testament, Kabbalah mysticism, Norse mythology, and Wagner's Ring Cycle to the poetry of Ingeborg Bachmann and Paul Celan. And of course, the idea of a serpent going up the staff represents the Kundalini, spiritual ascension into the crown chakra, and then, you know, you reach enlightenment. This sort of practice and teaching is pretty much the religion of the elite, so it's no surprise here that they're representing this here. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Really, the New Age movement is an old philosophical movement, but I feel like even though we've been talking about it and exposing a lot of it for years here, we have to keep doing it because, again, it really truly is the religion of a lot of these folks in the elite, and they do push that ideology upon the masses. So stay watchful, stay vigilant, be sober-minded. Have an awesome day, guys. God bless.